all the food trucks behind the building here are plugged in. I can see a bunch of electrical cords hanging out of the wall, and they're running through holes in the building. That's legit. And so we're trying to set all this stuff up today, and we're in here talking, and this is work for us right now, and we're getting interrupted by food truck guys because they're coming in here pissed off because they're like, hey, where's all my power? I need to get my taco thing heated up for the night. And I'm like, dude, I can't help you anymore. You're going to have to talk to someone else. But this is the reality of starting a business like this, right? Like this, the glamour of a cool bricks in the future when this is all done will be cool, and I'll have the guys with the cars, and we'll be running media, and all this stuff will be rad. But I really want these out there for posterity. That I wish this food truck guy would have come in today in the middle of while we're recording.
Yeah.
And been like, hey, give me my power cord back, and steal our podcast power cord to go power his taco truck.
That's funny. Dude, it's crazy. The coolest part about this is that we're starting it now. And that was the best idea you've had, because I feel like so many people out there want to do cool stuff. They want to build stuff, and they get hung up on thinking that they don't have access to it, or thinking that it's not even possible. And by us doing this, we're able to help other people realize that it's really not as complex as it seems in your mind. And if you just take action, the rest will come together. Because, I mean, we're on a budget podcast setup right now, but we're filming a podcast with audio, with a nice camera in our own place, and we're doing it, even though the place isn't built yet. But like you said, there's still a lot of moving pieces that have to come together to make this happen. And so by us podcasting this as it's happening, we're almost helping solidify it happening, because the people who are involved in building it, they're going to see, all right, this guy's serious. He's starting from square one. We haven't even started construction yet, and these guys are already filming pods and pushing out content and talking about what's coming.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what part of the whole strategy behind this. Not only the reason why every business should do this, but for me, I'm a big believer in, there's a lot of people out there that will give advice and tell you what to do and teach you, and you can listen to a million people about how to build a business, how to do whatever you want to do. Doesn't necessarily mean they've done it, right? And so what we're professing here, once Bricks is up and running in full, is that this organic content of documenting the regular everyday stuff you do is super valuable to people. There's a lot of people out there that want to see how you'd start this from scratch. And that type of authentic content, we know, but we have to prove with our model, is way more engaging than the rest of the stuff, like trying to do talking head or waiting till it's perfect, showing them when you think you've got everything lined up in 3 months from now.
Yeah.
Because for us, like you said, all of my partners and I's money is building this. We don't have a lot of outside investors, no outside investors. So the strategy of doing this for this company is that we have to be producing content while we go to show people organic, authentic content coming out is going to gain traction, and they're going to get to see what's going on. This helps get awareness out for Bricks right now. Once Bricks is going, we have a lot more to document in here. All the meetings, all the car shows, all the businesses, all of our pitches and our events and everything going on. We just got to do that at a bigger scale.
Right.
That becomes much more engaging for the companies, and they should have 80%. Everyone kind of knows this, but what we're putting into action here is 80% of any content that everyone's putting out, and you should be putting out a lot. That's the key. It's just consistency. Should be organic. Like this. Everyone thinks, or a lot of people think, 80% of my content should be ads, or like talking about what I do, or selling something. You can only sell something so many times. It's really not that engaging.
Yeah.
But this, we're going to build a community around this. People can see this. Like, I'm going to get involved in that. I understand what they're doing. I see that I want 80% of my organic content, and I want 10 times as much content coming out. I believe in that strategy.
Yeah.
We're actually doing it. So again, back to what I said, don't want to tell people this is what you should do and that will work.
Yeah.
We have to just do it and then show the results. So we have proof of concept before we're even going, and then it just grows.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to sell anything.
Yeah.
You just be like, do you want to come do this?
Dude, another thing that came up to mind when you mentioned that is a lot of people that are doing this, I feel like they're so focused on the destination, and like you said, like, oh, once we get our cars in here, once we have our art, once we have our podcast studio, then we'll be ripping. And it's like, well, once we get all that stuff, we're going to be sitting in our office and we're going to say, Brett, do you remember when we were sitting in the warehouse and it was nothing? We had so much fun those days. Yeah. So the whole point I'm making is instead of focus on the destination, we can focus on being present and enjoying this moment right now, because when we get to the destination, we're going to look back and this is going to be the time we think about and we're like, man, those were the days sitting in the podcast studio when there was nothing.
Yeah.
And we're enjoying it now instead of regretting it later.
And I think even me and my last businesses, we didn't record all this because we're like, it's mostly you're just worried about what people think.
Yeah.
Even right now, I have to remind myself, it's not about what people think. Like, it's not that you don't care about people. It's just that creates so much limitations in what you put out and how much you do and it's all about action. Just take action every day and you'll get there. When you start worrying about what people think, you start thinking like, oh, this isn't valuable enough to record. It's like, I watch people having conversations like this all the time.
Yeah.
It's super interesting to me.
Yeah.
So I wish I had that for Cold Bore.
Yeah.
To look back, and we'd on, it's a double-edged sword. You'd be like, oh my God, we had no idea what we were doing. What a gong show. But to have that and to not care what people think and to be that vulnerable and to show people this is what we're doing, you build so much more of a tribe, so much more of a following, and it really literally does translate into a big following.
Yeah.
And that big following is everything for a business.
Yeah.
It's like every mentor I've ever had told me, systems, processes, all the stuff that it takes to build a big company, but sales and revenue solves everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you have that big following that's monetizable for all the companies that are in here, absolutely we're going to focus on discipline and sales and process and do it all right and make sure we have foundationally aligned people. No one in here that isn't someone I would eat dinner with or shake hands with. I just don't care.
Right.
I don't care about money. I don't care how many followers you have. I don't give a shit about any of that because this will grow itself. This whole thing's value is the community. So just focus on curating this community and then the strategy of putting this stuff together. See, we got other guys. We got food truck guys coming in and take a look. Come on in, bro. Bring in some chalupas.
You're good. You can come in.
Yeah, so we got guys coming in here right now. Hold on. I think it's a food truck guy. What's going on, bro? No, yeah, come on over. We had somebody come over already. So we're doing a podcast and we were literally talking about this because we're the new guys renting this building. And some other guy came in and he's like, hey, my fucking extension cord isn't working. I'm like, I can't help you, bro. What's your name? Santiago. Pleasure, Brett.
Brett, nice to meet you.
I'm Chandler.
Nice to meet you.
Chandler. So I'm not sure. So the guys came in and they replaced all this old electrical. They put in brand new stuff, but I don't think it's finished.
Oh, okay. I'm working today. Okay.
I don't know.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't tell you anything to you, guys.
Yeah, it's all good. And so I think you just talk to Anna, and then Anna has to talk to the building owner because they're doing all the work for that.
Thank you so much, guys.
Cool.
Yeah. Have a good one.
See you, buddy.
But dude, one thing that comes to mind when you say hammer down on organic content, to me, that just means being our authentic self and expressing our authentic self in a way that's, we're not caring about what other people think, and that's allowing other people to actually like us because we like ourselves enough to be authentic enough, and that we're putting that out. And since we're being authentic, we're a unique version. There's no one else out there that's like us. So when we get to be our authentic self and put that out into the world, we're sending out a beacon for other people to not only find us and like our stuff, but also maybe inspire them to be more authentic in their light, so that way they can attract more things that they prefer in their life instead of this whole staged, we've got to make this whole script about this content and we're just trying to sell someone that we don't even care about, and we're going to go do all this inauthentic stuff that's not even our true self. It's not even who we are, but we're just doing it because that's what we're supposed to do. And it ends up being inauthentic, and you got this content that's just flooded on your Instagram of just all the same stuff. And everybody's a carbon copy of the next guy, but then you see some other guy out there who's stirring the pot because he's being his authentic self and he's putting that out there in the world. The Andy Frisellas of the world, the Logan Pauls, those type of guys, they put out their own authentic light, and other people were like, you know what, dude, I like that guy. And not everybody's gonna like that guy, but since he is allowing himself to be authentic, it doesn't matter who doesn't like it and who does, because he's liking it enough to express it.
That's it. I agree with that wholly. It's like you're not doing it, you're not putting on a show for other people, right? You're doing what you want to be doing and you love doing it, and you're doing it this whole business is built around, we're putting a bunch of money into a place so that we can make, being able to build a brand. So people, right now, anyone that's running their own personal stuff, personal brands, contractors, freelancers, your own company, we have to go it alone on our social media, and we can hire marketing agencies. Marketing agent that we all have done this before, but pouring money into marketing before you have a brand is kind of a waste of money.
Yeah.
You're just recording talking head videos and putting it out. There's not really anywhere you can go to say, I need help building a brand.
Yeah.
That takes time, effort, and most importantly, authenticity, consistency. The problem with all that is if you're going to do that and record it and put it out, and you want to have that much consistency in recording your daily operations, two big challenges that I faced. One is most people don't have that much going on at their office when they're working daily that's that interesting to watch. So it's hard to get enough content that's cool or engaging. Mm-hmm. And two, it's too expensive. Like you can't have people around filming all day long doing all that for a business, because you'll put 10, 20, 30 grand a month into something for 8 months and it's not returning, right? Whereas, so this is my whole premise with this place is like brand houses, which this is the first brand house in the US. It's highly curated, very private. And to your point, we're so authentic about it that it's not going to be for everyone. It's not for people that don't understand that having a group of people together like this, how powerful that is, to have that stuff recorded and put out en masse, to have that much opportunity for cool content with cars and business and all these other verticals within YouTube and Instagram that people love. That's just who they are. It's just what they do. Yeah. So it's not for people that don't get that. It's not for people that aren't interested in that. If you just want to run your business and do whatever, this is not for you. The great thing about being completely authentic is you repel as many people as you bring in, right? Because most people are like, oh, I don't love that they're constantly that open about stuff. I don't want to show that my business is in the growth phases, or we're struggling with stuff, or we're building things. But what it does do is this is such a low number of people in here. Like this is a big building, but in the context of Salt Lake and all the people that want to grow big personal brands and have their company, like a clubhouse where the rest of the people in it share the costs of full-time media teams so that it becomes negligible. I get to network with all these people. The car club guys that are going to be in here are another network that come in that are related. They're adjacent. So you got the business guys and then you got the car guys. A lot of times they're one and the same. Oh, more food trucks. Hi. Yeah, the extension cords aren't working. The extension cords aren't working for some reason. We don't know why though. You got to talk to Anna. Oh, okay. Come on in. There we go. This is the best. I love it. I wish I could help more, but
dude, episode 1's fire already,
fire.
Dude. Bro, it looks fire. It sounds fire. It contains fire.
But yeah, bro, we'll keep it a little bit shorter today because I want to do this test run. But the bottom line is I couldn't be more excited about this because I can't think of anything I'd rather do than have a big, basically it's kind of like a mishmash of shit. Like we got our offices in here and we got car storage to keep our passions in the same building.
Yeah.
And we got the place is going to be styled like a 100-year-old warehouse. That's also a street art gallery because my business that's going to be in here is as an artist and doing the cars and the clothing. So my creative endeavors are all going to be here. So the inside design is going to be constantly changing. And I've designed this building. I'll be excited. We're going to start showing some of the renders right away. Yeah. But all the glass that's going in, like the mezzanine, the second floor in the offices here, the media room with the LED wall, it's all going to have a lot of glass in front of it. And I can get this basically this film that tints it different neon colors. So I can curate the art. We're going to have other artists come in and sell and do content in here. We're going to have a tattoo chair for the tattoo guys. So we're blending a lot of stuff, but all this glass in here, what I wanted to design this building for is it's going to be a lot of concrete. The walls are all going to have this concrete facade finish on it. So it'll be really dark wood, concrete, green plants, supercars, and then the new glass offices with aluminum desks or some live edge desks in it, which are really nice. But then that'll all stay like that, so it's all kind of neutral. Mm-hmm. But then the art and the type of art we put in will curate. So like we'll change it once a quarter. All the art will be for sale in here. People can come in and see stuff. We'll have art events. We'll have all this stuff. But when we change the art and the style of the art, like I'm pretty ADD. Once a quarter, if I'm like, okay, switch it up. We don't got to rip the wall down because that's all neutral, all the walls and glass. We just take all the tint off the glass, put up like neon pink tint on it, or the lighting will all change in here. It'll change. So the daytime will be pretty timid, but nighttime for events, I'll show you guys. It's hard to envision.
Yeah.
I'll show you on my computer. It's basically going to be a street art gallery with an exotic car in it that we're all working in. It's going to be I think the most unique building, probably in the States.
Yeah. Dude, I'm excited. And there's something that I'm feeling even right now as we're doing this, because all the meetings and work we've been doing up to this point have been kind of preliminary to get things set up.
Yeah.
But setting this podcast up and doing this for the first time, it just brought it into reality for me. Like,
I agree. I'm feeling it too. I'm like, okay, this is it.
yeah, we're doing it right now. Like, we don't even need the rest to build it. All that stuff's going to happen. The people are going to come. They're going to build a crazy warehouse, whatever. But, dude, we're doing it right now. It's so sick.
And I'm excited because while we keep doing these, like every meeting we have, and I'll bring other people in. My network, we're going to sit down and do pods, right? All this stuff. We got 4 or 5 months of this. And then we're also going to have our cameras following around doing vlog.
Yeah.
So while we're going to get cars or lifts or doing all this, we're going to mix that content in. But think about once we get this rolling, it's just super interesting.
Yeah.
So once it starts to get traction and we start seeing stuff and reels are getting traction and all this, we're just going to want to create more and more and more and more. And the more you have traction, the more you want to create, the more valuable this building becomes for everybody in it, right? Because then we have the strategy of the business guys about how to take all of that attention and structure it so that we can monetize it, right?
And that's it, bro. That's the home run.
And the beautiful thing is like everything's got to make money. This is a business, right?
Yeah.
And it can make money. We got a lot of experience in doing that. But I'm zero motivated by money.
Right.
I want this to exist because I want to be with my closest friends. I want to help them. This infrastructure is all going in to build awareness, distribution, and eyeballs.
And what you're saying is we're going to be so focused on building the community that the money is just going to flood to us without even having to go chase it or desire it, because we're going to be living how we want and doing what we want, and it's just going to be creating all the money we'd ever need just from that, just from the caliber of people we're bringing in, the diversity of the artists and the creators and all of that. We're going to be so focused on creating the art and the projects and the things. The money and the businesses.
Yep.
The money is just going to be a byproduct of the positive feelings that we're cultivating.
True, it does come that way. It's like, and there's obviously a lot of structure and discipline and process and everything has to be put in place behind the scenes in a business like this to make that monetizable, to be able to generate that revenue, turn it into something profitable. There's a lot of management behind it, and strategy. But the point is, rather than making something where your initial thought is, I want to do something to make this amount of money, and then you get a building and develop whatever strategy is to generate revenue, then you're constantly selling, right? This was really for me. I'm like, I want this life. I want to have a place where I'm doing what I love the most.
Yeah.
And I have my friends around, because I don't want to do it alone. Like when I'm doing art and clothes and all that, I could have got a smaller place, but then I would be alone. And then I would have to do all the work for my media myself, and that would it's just hard to do. It would take forever, and it's a big distraction from doing what I love doing. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. If I just put this place together, I invest a lot more and take a little bit more risk up front, but then I have all my friends around, and actually everything they're doing is they want the same thing. They want to be able to come, and even if they have their own offices, their own studios, they have their satellite marketing studio here. They have this warehouse full of people, this clubhouse and this community and this network to come down to be part of the content, to get content generated. They could just be here doing their operations 2 or 3 times a week for a few hours, get enough content to push out, and it's so engaging and it's pulled back in through all these other channels. You're not out on your own doing your own thing. You got 14 other networks that are going to be strategically pushing to pull back. So you literally just get the opportunity to do what you love, do it the most, not be stressed out, but get all the benefit of the back end. And for me, that's it. And so the money comes once you start to execute that properly, because the strategy it's pretty simple. It's tight. We know that works. It's all gonna be about capital management and then execution and getting the right people in.
Right.
Then it's all about passion and just doing what we love and being authentic, and all those things are what brings it in, because you're not really selling anybody's stuff. It's you want the opportunity to join this.
Yeah. Dude, the thing that excites me is as an artist, I'm a content creator, videographer, whatever you want to call it. And so for me to make money doing that, it started as a passion. It's what I wanted to do. It's what I wanted to spend my time doing. And then it actually turned into a job. And then I hit this point where I'm like, I don't know if I'm liking this. It's turning into a job now. And I started this for fun and for passion. And ever since then, I've been in this constant back and forth battle of I want to be spending all my time creating my passion stuff. But then I'm being bogged down because that same amount of bandwidth I have for my passion stuff, I have to divvy that out and delegate some of that energy towards the professional side of it to get the bills paid, to get all that. So having a place like this where I'm passionate about just being here, it's not going to feel like I'm working, and I'm going to come in and kill two birds, one stone, because I'm going to be working on my professional side without having to go out and like, I got to freaking go worry about this job this month. And then all of that's going to be happening in the same place as I'm also doing my passion thing. And then since it's all happening here in the environment and I'm around people like you to keep it fresh, I'm not stuck in my office in my head all the time. And then all of a sudden the professional side starts to blend with the passion side. And then we're just doing it. We're having fun, like you're saying. And it's not even feeling like work.
That's it, buddy. And the energy, right? Like right now, the energy we're already feeling. This is just two of us in here. Imagine when there's 20, 30 people in here and we got 3 of these podcasters going and we're doing other collisions. Like this is going to attract so much energy and ideas and network connections, so that if you're just in here doing your stuff, you'll get 2 or 3 more clients for your own, whatever it is you're doing. But media is an interesting one too, because this is going to be an outside client. I've already talked to media companies. I'll get into this in a different one, but what you're just talking about is they like doing cinematography, they like filming, and they like being creative. And then they bring on clients, and then they got to edit, post, manage, and all of a sudden 1 or 2 clients, and they can't keep up with the editing, posting, managing. It cuts into what they love doing.
Yep.
And they can't scale past it. We can take all that infrastructure on. We have the server. You just go out, get clients, do the videography, do the creative, brainstorm with them, capture what they want, dump it back on our servers, get the bricks infrastructure to do the editing, the posting, the color grading, and all the brand you want. And then you'll have access to it, just repost it. And you just do the front end of your business and let the infrastructure be taken on as a service here.
Yeah.
Again, cheaper, faster, easier to scale, because economies of scale apply here. We can employ more editors and more people, because this is like there's 20 people or 30 people working for them.
Yep.
You can get it cheaper than doing it yourself, faster. And it lets people, so me, my art, I get to do more of my art. Yeah. The building gets to produce the content. I get to work through it, use all the network to do it, have the energy, have the events. You get lifetime friends out of this. You get it's really about the experience of the day to day. I'll want to do more art. I'll want to do more shit, because there'll be more people around here. They're like, oh, that's sick. I want one of those. I'll be like, I could do one for you. And there's like a purpose for doing it, right? And it snowballs.
Yeah.
And this flywheel.
And having a place like this is a freelancer's dream, because there's lots of guys that are just like me who are out there doing this right now, and they love to do it because it gives them freedom and they're working for themselves. But 1 month it's 5K, the next month it's 0. Yeah. And then some guys can't handle that, and maybe they're just not comfortable doing that, or maybe they have kids and they have bigger responsibilities and they can't be taking as much risk like that, and then they're forced to go get a normal job, and then they're kind of half in, half out. But this is creating an opportunity for people like me to come in as a freelancer, still work for myself, but now I have the support of working for a company without working for a company. And it's not a 9 to 5, it's more of a community. And that in itself, I'm not working for this company, and I'm going to be more likely probably to take their advice, because it doesn't feel like I'm under them. Or and different. It still feels like I'm my own business owner. I'm a freelancer. I'm doing my thing. It's different than a 9 to 5, but we have access that you wouldn't normally get just as a solo freelancer out in the world. And there's tons of people who are having to learn these things, like me, the last 3 years, the hard way, because no one's here to help you, dude. The freelancing is so hard. So I have respect for anybody who even takes the risk to start doing it, even though a lot of people don't make it, but some people do, and those guys end up being very successful because of how hard it is to survive in this world. Yeah. And this bricks warehouse is going to affect so many people's lives in a positive way. I feel like artists, freelancers, people like that, because we're giving them their time and their power back to do what they're best at, which is create art. Yeah. Yeah. And run businesses. And some people's art is their business, right? And it's all the same thing.
it's hard to do it on your own, and it takes a lot of extra work. And rather than doing the thing you love, you have to set up the business and run the business. And running the business requires a lot of infrastructure. Infrastructure requires more money. And if you're doing it on your own, you got to absorb all that yourself. You got to manage the money. You got to take on the burden of it. Whereas like a lot of a big expense for this that people just can't figure out how to make it pay back is the marketing branding aspect of it. And if they had more like really effective branding and marketing, and that got them a lot more visibility, then that increases their revenue. And if they increase their revenue, then they're not so stressed out about taking on a little more infrastructure because they can afford it.
Yeah.
Right. And so the big thing for me is like, I've done this. And so this exists because I lived it. At my last company at Colbor, I hired outside marketing agencies. It doesn't really work because they're not there enough and they just do talking head videos and it's just marketing. There's no brand. Then I actually literally had a big mansion in Houston to centralize all this, and I lived in it, and I wanted my people to come to it, and we built podcast studios in it, and we ran all our events out of it. Basically, it was like a mini Bricks version 1.0, because I knew, I'm like, we just need our camera guys here to give them a place to come more often, to record easier stuff, to not be all over the place, and be able to capture content from a bunch of different things, lifestyle, business, meetings, strategy, talking heads, sales, but all in the same spot. So we can get more content and then just push it out and not have to be thinking where to go to record, set up every time. It's all here. So the members here, I think it's going to be a great thing. And the 14 members that are going to be in here, that's a small group. And I'm really excited to see what the dynamic is. But then the 100 social club members that are going to be part of like, hey, I want to come around and use some of these facilities too, or have some of the editing done or whatever. And then we got the freelancers and the other marketing companies that want to use this infrastructure. They bring their networks to it. We share some of that. I think this is going to turn into like a hub, one of the main hubs for marketing and branding in Salt Lake. And in some way, this starts to connect all of these other people that are all individualized, from the business to the passion, the car club guys to the freelancers. We can all centralize here and kind of, I think it's just, I don't know. I'm so excited to see what actually ends up, because you only know what you know. Like I got these 5 things we can do, and really, you know, like 60% of what it end up being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be 100 times crazier than what we're thinking it's going to be. And what we're thinking it's going to be is freaking crazy, bro. Clip that, dude.
I love it. Let's cut her there, bro. We get a good one today. Let's take this test run, go edit it, and then we'll make a schedule so we get on.
Episode 1, what are we calling it?
I think brick by brick.
Brick by brick. You heard it here first.
If we get something better, we'll see. But I think brick by brick's pretty good.
Brick by brick, just plain straight up, or the brick by brick show? I like brick by brick better, actually.
Brick by brick. We could change it, but I think that's what I'm going with right now. Episode 1's brick by brick.
All right. Well, we just laid the first brick, so.
I definitely feel like I have autism. Brett, this is Brett with Brick by Brick. Hi, I'm Brett, Brick by Brick. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. All right, folks. Episode 1 is in the books. Make sure you like, subscribe to the Bricks channel. Follow us on Instagram. Stay up to date on all the updates. We're going to be dropping weekly episodes and some stuff in between. So we're going to be keeping you guys up to date on everything. So join us. If you want to be a part of this, if you want to come sit at this table, message one of us, message the Bricks account. We'll have you in. We'll sit you down. We'll do a pod. We'll hook you up with some content, and you'll be helping us lay the bricks. So that's it.
That's it, buddy. That was good. You're good. You might be doing the intro guy. You're Jamie.
Dude, hey, if it's what I got to do, it's what I got to do.
That's it. But we are getting scheduled to finish it off what Chan said. Okay, relax. So we are doing this. This is our kickoff now. We're going to be doing pods every week. We're going to be doing vlogs every week. We're going to be chopping those out into shorts and reels. And I think one of the values right away that helps us lay the foundation is by having conversations with people in here that are local Salt Lake entrepreneurs, car club guys, businesses, freelancers, whatever it is. When you come in and sit down with us, we are going to chop it up, and then you get that content. You get the reels too, so you can post all that. So if you want more free footage, more free content for your stuff, and you want to be in this building and start sharing in the timeline and the storyline, and that's kind of what it's all about. If you want to start taking part of what Bricks is for yourself and being like, I'm down there, I'm part of this, or I'm seeing it, and you want to leverage that to be part of something bigger, that's what it is. We have no problem with that. Just come on down.
Yeah. Let's get it, bro.
All right.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're out. Let's get it.
Peace.